Alright, B&E here.
Hey.
We're going to call John Kensil in like 1 second, 1 minute.
I feel like we usually call the people and then say we're going to start.
I know, but you know what? I just want to ramp it up because I've been tired today.
Yeah.
And I want to, put some energy into the interview, so I feel like if I ramp it up a little bit, I'll get into it. So it's John Kensil we've got, who's going to be on it today. Let me just, maybe you could fill some air while I just...
Okay, Brian is dialing now. He seems to have some weird area code.
So what do you want to pull up there, by the way?
What do you mean? I got, questions in chat.
Alright, cool. Your fucking silly questions.
They're awesome questions.
Alright.
What do you know? Do-do-do, ringing. Bring, 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 bring.
Okay. Talk about the fake Louis thing.
Yeah, so there's, this dude, and... Oh, shit,
Hi,
I accidentally...
John?
Oh, never mind.
Hey, this is Brian. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. We didn't start interviewing yet. Whenever you're ready, we'll start it off. Sure. Alright.
Alright, here we go.
Here we go. We got John Kensil here. Very funny guy. John, and...
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Let me get this up here. Yeah. So you're on the Eric Toddcast every week. Do you also regularly perform? Oh, Inam's here, by the way. We've got another co-host. My co-host, Inam, is here.
Hey, Inam.
Hi. You got my name right. Eric Todd didn't get it right. Go on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I did just say it, but...
I feel like we said it 4 times. But no, he was great. Go on, Brian.
Yeah. So, if you don't know John Kensil, you'll probably, if you have heard of him, he's a stand-up comic. He's on the Eric Toddcast. Do you regularly perform at the Helium open mic?
Yeah, I'm there all the time, and I work in the tri-state area every weekend at some comedy club somewhere.
Yeah. Do you make most of your money from stand-up?
No way.
No way?
No. I don't know any comic that says they do or said to be a big-time national comedian. You can only make money or make a living at comedy unless you're rich or have a rich wife or a rich girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're on a sitcom.
So we're talking you're like a notch or two above Matt Reese.
You're obsessed with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw your Facebook profile pic, and I love it so much.
Mike Nesmith from the Monkees?
Yes, he used to be my favorite monkey.
Oh, really? I just saw him in concert last week at Philadelphia.
Oh, did you?
70.
I went to see the Monkees. That was my first concert, but Mike didn't tour with them that year.
Oh, he hasn't performed with them in 30 years.
I know. I sometimes he does, I think, but usually not. But, at least I got to see Davey before he passed. And I met Peter Tork at one of his concerts, so that was cool.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I'm a big Monkees fan.
Let me just announce up the volume a little bit here. It sounds kind of muffled for some reason. Yeah, we're good. Did we miss a joke because the sound was low?
No, it's all right.
All right, sounds a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah, so you what made you think to do a new character every week for Eric Todd's show?
Oh, because it tries to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
It's fun too, because if it bombs, it's not me; it's the character.
Yeah.
And
it's funny either way. Me and Enam are both huge fans of your many different characters.
Yeah, we laugh every week.
It's like you guys are young, but on the Howard Stern show, they used to have a guy on there named Billy West.
Mm-hmm.
He used to always do characters every week.
Oh, is that Billy West, Ren and Stimpy Billy West?
Billy, yeah, Ren and Stimpy, but Billy West, yes.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if we were talking about the same guy, so.
So, he used to do characters kind of like what you do?
Yeah, but he was mostly voices, and it was really, really funny. We'd do like Jay Leno, if he was a racist.
Oh, that's so cool.
Really funny.
So how does this happen? Do you like make a stop at Party City before you head over there?
That's exactly what I do. There's an all-year-round Party City. It's like a Halloween adventure store in South Philly.
Oh, wow.
And they have all, Dracula costumes and stuff. I think what keeps them open all year is in the back they have stuff for strippers.
Right.
Baby doll costumes and whatever strippers use. Schoolgirl outfits. Mohawks, stuff like that.
Brian's speechless for some reason.
Do you really go there?
Yeah, sometimes if you saw my bedroom right now, that's what I'm at. It looks like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
That's so awesome. I love costumes.
And there's I got fezzes and all stuff in boxes, wigs.
So cool. Is this exclusively for Eric Todd's show, or is this kind of a life, like an alternative lifestyle?
No life choices.
What?
Statement. No, I make videos too.
Oh, you know what? I've heard about your videos. And
yeah, if you look up online called the Pat House Intros. Pat House is a comic from Philadelphia, a young guy, very funny guy. Well, for like 3 years, every time he was introduced on stage, they say, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pat House, he'd walk out, and before he got to the microphone, I would come out as a character behind him. And there's about 10 videos online, you can look it up. I would come out in a devil costume, Abraham Lincoln, an Amish guy, a rabbi. It's just really funny.
And
I never ruined his act, because it was before he said anything that I run off.
Would you say anything, or would you just come out there?
Oh, no. No, it happened. I stumbled out behind him like I was lost, and I realized it, and whatever hat I had on would pop off my head. I'd have somebody in the audience with a fishing line and yank it off my head. I came on as Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock. Look up online. It's called the Pat House Intros.
Why aren't you more famous?
Uh-huh.
You should be, huge.
I'll say. I say to myself every day. I do work during the day in my family business. We
Kensil's Pretzels?
I collect storm doors out of trash.
Really?
No way.
No, I fix shoes. My family has a construction business.
Oh, okay.
And what happened was, I got a degree from college. I went to Temple University, and I got a degree in radio, television, and film.
Yeah.
And when I got out, I did some stuff for a couple of years, do advertising and work on a couple of radio stations. But the pay isn't that great. I was thinking about being the next Howard Stern.
Yeah.
And then my father retired, and he asked if I wanted to help out in the family business. And I made some good money, and that's when I started doing comedy, too. So I had it made. I could take off for a week if I got booked for a week somewhere across, in a different state.
Right.
I could book for a week, and I have health insurance. But so that's what I do during the day.
Because you work for your dad's business.
What?
You work for your dad's business, so you kind of had more flexibility?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's I'm lucky, man. It's like I said, health insurance and stuff. I know a lot of comics who they're married, have a couple kids, and they don't have any health insurance, and then they wind up having a heart attack and we have to do benefits for them.
Yeah.
That's...
Morons.
Yeah. Yeah, stand-up comics. I mean, they're smart in some ways, but then, again, not always. Is that one of the screen doors you got out of the trash can?
Yeah, so you can hear that?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so Pat House, is he a nationally touring headliner, or is he a local guy?
He's getting there. A young guy. He works doing him a lot, but he's really branching out. Like he travels across the country now. He's doing good.
Yeah. Do you happen to know? Sorry.
I'm sorry, Brian. What?
Do you happen to know Pat Kelly?
Yes. You know what's funny?
What?
There's two Pat Kellys.
Okay.
Who are involved in comedy. The one who's around here now is a little bit heavy set guy. He's a good friend of mine. And there's another Pat Kelly who just moved out about a year ago to go to Cleveland to get a degree in business.
Okay.
And he's there's two Pat Kellys, and one's the heavy set Pat Kelly from our way. And so people were going to mix up. The other Pat Kelly, I said, looks like a bearded lady. He's got a real baby face, and he grew a beard. Anyway, he looks like a fat Dave Navarro.
So neither of them are like the most handsome guys around, I guess. But
yes.
So I never met Pat Kelly, but my impression of him so far is he's a little self-obsessed.
Well, Brian's doing a show with him on Saturday where he's headlining, so...
Yeah.
Oh, in Conshohocken?
Actually, Jerseys. Jerseys.
I thought it was in Glenville.
It was a fun time, though.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's posted about 5 or 6 different flyers for this one show. I've never seen anybody post that many flyers for this one, like, kind of low-brow show.
You know Greg Lynn?
Yeah, he's great.
He's a funny guy.
Pat Kelly, the one you're talking about, just had a baby, or his wife did, about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, and they hired Greg Lynn to paint the baby's room. And I think he painted the Smurfs and something else. He did it really neat. The whole room's all Greg Lynned out.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so he, I would never think of Greg Lynn as a guy who would paint a baby's room. But is he like a really good artist?
Yes.
Yeah. He paints.
Really talented in music and art.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And he's obsessed with creeping people out with his material.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't let him near my baby.
Also, I think it works, too, because he looks so young and everything. I think that has a lot to do with it, because he has, like, this innocent, childish thing.
Oh, it's neat you said, he's 37 and he has the face of, like, a 9-year-old.
Oh, my God, he's 37. I thought he was, like, 32 or something.
Yeah, and, he looks like a 9-year-old kid with gigantism.
He seriously does. It's so weird.
So, he's the same age as Eric Todd?
Yes.
Wow, they look like two completely, like, that's insane. I only said I thought he was 32 because that's what I thought Brian said, but I had originally thought he was, like, 20.
That's crazy.
Oh, I know. He's a talented guy.
Yeah.
He's an interesting guy, I'll say.
So he's older than you, John Kensil?
No, I'm in my 40s.
So...
Are you married?
No, I had a girlfriend for 10 years.
Okay.
What, it's something wrong with the connection?
Yeah, maybe.
I lived with a girl for 10 years. And we broke up a couple years ago. And I really threw myself in the comedy after that.
Yeah.
And, I helped raise her 2 kids. And then we broke up.
Okay. I don't know why.
I wish I had a follow-up question. That was literally my question.
Is Is it hard to bring a girl home knowing that you have a room full of
wigs,
various things like that?
I just say that shit was there when I moved in.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck that got there.
There's a closet full of cop puppets.
So have you always been into different characters and stuff, or?
No, I don't do that. It's weird. You think it's some kind of weirdo? No. I'll tell you what's a pain in the ass, though, when you get older. And, like, say you're in your 40s and you start dating a lot, and a lot of women in their 40s who are single, they're like usually divorced.
Yeah.
And they're real, like you go out with them and they're like, so, you're a comedian? Am I part of your act now? Blah.
Oh. Gosh.
How do you feel about kids? And I'm like, you know, if you cook them right, they taste like chicken. And they don't laugh.
Well, then they're not the right girls.
But that's, like I'm serious, when you're 40, they're real suspicious, because I guess the guys who are married to were creeps and dumped them or cheated on them. But that's why, last girl I was about 6 months ago. But I'd love to have I think it'd be pretty cool to have a girl that supports you in comedy.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you go to a girl now, it's like they restrict you. Like, they're like, oh, do you have to do this every night?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, just on Friday and Saturdays. I get paid to do it. I have fun. I can hang with you the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a girl who was like, you ought to tone it down a little bit?
Yeah, the last girl I went with, her name was Jeannie Ann, and she was desperate to, she would do anything for me, and she would say, it made me feel weird, because she would say, I'll do anything for you. I'm a freak. She'd go, I try chains, I'll have threesomes, the foursomes I'll have, and so I'm like, no, relax, I'll do crazy stuff for me, I'll hang out with you. But then she started doing that. Do you have to do it? I'm like, I was only doing comedy once a month for her. I'm like, it's only for an hour. I'll be with before the show and after the show. Let's hang out and go out and do something afterwards.
Yeah.
But she made it into a big drama.
That's so nuts. I love going to the shows with Brian. I mean, it's something to do, and we do get to go out to dinner afterwards or something, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's fun. You can see other people, and it might be a pain to hear, if you're dating a comedian, to hear his same jokes every week, but it's it's so fun.
It's definitely fun. I mean, you have somebody that can make you laugh. Like, what's better than that in the whole world?
Oh yeah.
That's definitely the most important thing.
Oh yeah.
Trust me. I mean, look, I mix it up every week. She's not going to get bored anytime soon.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure when she comes out, she'll see the different characters who come out to the show. Like, well, I see you at the Northeastern, I think you're really funny, and it's like, but then I see like other guys who are like, it's a weird, like almost like a freak show, like Chris Kiley.
I love Chris Kiley, by the way.
Oh, he makes me laugh, and
was that the Bob Newhart guy?
Ann Smith at the very, very end of the night.
Fuck. You need to see Ann Smith sometime.
Yeah, I've never seen Ann Smith. Brian mentioned her before.
She always goes on last. And to people listening to the Brian's podcast, she's a crazy older lady who goes on open mic night every week, and she's all pilled out.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
She waits to the very, very, very end of the night. She's the last performer, and she comes into the room, and she just goes on stage, babbles, talks to herself, chews her gum, talks to herself, babbles some more, and then she puts on sunglasses and dances to a Motown song.
What? Are you fucking kidding? I love this.
You gotta see it sometimes.
That is brilliant.
They dance with her on stage. It's crazy.
What?
Brian, did you ever see J-Cat Credo?
J-Cat Credo, I don't know. What does he do?
He's a guy. He comes up to the Northeast Comedy Cabaret once every 4 months. He's a short Italian guy from Quakertown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I would assume he was black.
He's probably in his 60s, but he has long black hair and a big foot-long goatee. He's about 5 feet tall. He has a Merv the Perv van that says the J-Cat Credo band on it.
God, dude, this guy sounds...
And he's terrible. It's
so
the worst thing, but there's a video up online. I put it up online. It's just J-Cat Credo. And I posted on Facebook one time.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people wrote back to me, thanks. You owe me 4 minutes of my life.
Oh my God, we're totally watching that after this interview. I can't wait.
Yeah, do you have a YouTube channel we could check it out on? Like all these videos you're talking about?
Yeah, John Kensil on YouTube or JFK Moron.
Okay. JFK.
You'll just if you type my name and you'll see like a little box. It'll have all the crazy videos I put up there. That guy Chris Kiley, people out there in Brian's podcast land, he looks like Bob Newhart.
Yeah.
That's what I say every time I see him. I'm like the Bob Newhart guy because I always forget his name.
And he got booked at a comedy club in Bristol, Pennsylvania called The Comedy Works.
Yeah.
And I went up there just to see, because I knew it was going to be, I hope you're not listening to this. No, wait, honestly, the best policy. It was a freaking train wreck. And he went up there, and like he should have memorized his act. But I realized it was probably his first time hosting a show, and I accidentally taped on my camera. It's on my cell phone. I watch it once in a while, but man, it's like, and the crowd really wanted to laugh at him too, and it was brutal.
So it's not like. See, I could see him either. I could see him being like a hit or miss guy, either killing it or not getting any laughs at all because the audience is confused. Is that kind of what happened?
No, that's exactly right. But Brian, he would do well. And I told him this too. Like, hey, if I went to an open mic night, someone gave me some advice that's helpful. The thing that sucks the most is you go to an open mic night and some veteran comic goes, "Hey, Bill, a word of advice." It's going to hurt you. You're not going to say something stupid.
Yeah.
But I would love to tell what's his name, Chris, this. He should memorize his act and do it like pace himself and do it each joke every 10 seconds. And the audience will get involved in the pattern. But he makes me laugh. But I wish he would just memorize it more. And I think he worked in a warehouse at an Acme or something.
That makes so much sense for some reason.
Yeah, if I...
His jokes, it's like I saw a sign that said "Falling Rock," and then I looked up and it hit me.
Yeah.
He does this joke because the other day I went to see the greatest Supreme Court cases on ice. It's just like Roe versus Wade on ice. It's just crazy. The other day I went to Mount Holly, but she wasn't home.
I like that. It's just so clever.
I used to say if that'd be cool to see him open for like a band, like a cool like alternative band.
Yeah.
He just goes out there and just does that and just stare at him. Brian, did you ever see what's his name, Neil Hamburger?
I've seen clips of him like on I think I saw a clip of him on like Jimmy Kimmel or something. Yeah,
he has some funny things online. Like he dresses in a tuxedo and he has a bad comb over.
Yeah.
But he goes on the stage and he like torments the audience with like second grade jokes. And I think it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. I saw him live a couple times in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But he'll walk out with like 3 drinks under his arm, and he'll go to the microphone, and it's all character. The guy in real life is a music critic, and but he does this character with his like side job, this Neil Hamburger. But he'll walk out to the crowd, and people are yelling at him, screaming at him, and he does his first joke, and he goes, why did the farmer become a punk rocker? Why did the farmer become a punk rocker? And the crowd says, why? why? And I go, I'll say it again. Why? Because he's on punk rocker. And he goes, because he got tired of Hall & Oates.
Oh, I love that.
And the crowd was booing him. Because it's a joke, you're reading like a second-grade riddle book.
Yeah.
And I'm just throwing advice out of his drink at the people. It's a funny scene.
What does he do? He throws ice at people?
Yeah, out of his drinks.
Oh, God.
Like, do a video search. It's the funniest thing. I saw him twice on Johnny Brenda's in Philadelphia. Man, you gotta see it.
Yeah, I do want to see him live sometime. He's one of the weirder...
I think he opens for like Tenacious D when they perform.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you ever see, well, speaking of other, like, weird cabaret regulars, I know he's not one, let me think, you know Old Head?
Yes,
Jimmy
Ray Johnson or something like that.
Jimmy Wayne Presley, the old head of comedy.
You know he has a thrift store?
He's been coming out for years, and you know, when you do the open mic night, you're only supposed to do 5 minutes. He usually just does about 10 minutes and just ignores the light and starts doing these jokes about
the grandmamas.
Oh, God.
You love that grandma.
Those jokes he does are old, dirty comedy album jokes from the 50s and the 60s.
Are they really?
Movie Ray Moore. But he can't play the harmonica really well, too.
He can or can't?
One time he asked for my phone number to call me so we can hang out. And I think I gave him like the pizza shop around the corner.
I've seen him show up at open mics with his guitar strapped to his back and then not even play it. He just... Yeah, he's a weird guy. I've heard that he's told people that he's open for Red Fox and all these different people.
Yeah, stuff he can't prove.
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy, but he asked me to videotape him and put up online because he said he lost his camera in a flood at his house. So I taped him. I think it was up for a while. And finally he told me to take it down because he's doing all new, old material.
He's doing all new, old material?
Yes. I jokes. I said, like an old party album.
Yeah. Ugh. Old Head. I haven't seen him in a while. You know Old Blue or something like that?
Who's that?
He comes around once a year and basically just word for word does George Carlin's jokes.
Oh, I know who it is, yes.
Is his name Old Blue or something like that?
It is something like that.
Yeah.
And like he looks a little bit like George Carlin.
Yeah. And he stands off the stage in the dark and just... I don't know if he doesn't have his own material or what, but he just like... And I don't know why he only comes out once a year. It's very strange. There's a lot of strange people at the Cab.
Oh, yeah, you know, especially in that neighborhood. Some people, they come out that... they think they're a star for 5 minutes a week. That's like therapy. They never work. They come out for years. They don't... you can do whatever you want there, really. There's no rules, but... I've been going to open mic for 15 years. Even though I'm a working guy, I try to do new material all the time. But I remember weirdos coming up for years. Just crazy people that you'll know will never ever work anywhere. Yeah. That place can be a real freak show.
So you've been going there for 15 years?
Yeah, that place. The comedy. That open mic night originally started in Center City, Philadelphia, at the 2nd and Chestnut Streets, on top of the Middle East restaurant. And when that closed down, it moved up to the northeast part of Philadelphia. And I used to run it. I still run it once in a while. People, can't make it. I don't live that far away. But there's a guy who's been showing up there lately. The past 3 weeks. The real big guy, Ray Harrington.
Oh,
Ray Harrington. Yeah.
He's just trying to get back to it.
Yeah, we really like him. He said it's been... Go on.
He makes me laugh. He can work a crowd. He's funny. But when I first started, he used to run the open mic night right there. And he had a day job where he was a tow truck driver. And because he was a tow truck driver at night, he would encounter bad people on the highways, like people, wreck cars, and he used to carry a gun with him. And it was like a big, like, long pistol, like not a little hidden gun. And I'm at the open mic night one time. I swear to God, this guy was bombing on stage.
Oh, God.
Ray Harrington taps me on the shoulder and goes, "Look at this guy."
Oh,
and he watches this comedian. The comedian was so bad, Ray Harrington took his gun out of his back pocket.
What the fuck?
Stuck in his mouth. He couldn't kill himself because the guy's so bad.
Oh my God. That's like this level. That's how you know somebody's a. Have you ever brought? By the way, have you ever brought that on the Eric Todd Toddcast?
What are you talking about?
Your slide. Oh, you're right. That was just.
That's my Verizon. This phone stinks.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought.
To be honest, I was supposed to bring that last week to the show, and I forgot. Now that's on my desk. It's like this will do it. I'm going to bring it tonight.
Is that a recent purchase?
No. It's years ago, Brian. Years ago, I used to love going to the open mic nights, but I would get bored about doing my own act, so I started doing characters every week. And for about 2 years, every week at the open mic night, I would do a different character, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
I did this one character called it was a clown who's in rehab. But he wants to do comedy, and his name was Rehabbo the Clown.
Oh.
And I would tell jokes that were like horrible, and go about being in rehab. I make spikes. I play the slide whistle. That's about 10 years old, and I got it at the Cracker Barrel on Route 1.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's important for everyone to know if they want to pick one up.
Oh, it was really bad too because I bought it and I took it out in the park to try it, and it was broken. I had to go back in and return the slide whistle.
So
and it's like spit all over it and stuff.
You really tried to return a slide whistle? How much do slide whistles cost?
I bet it was like $3.
Oh.
Well, fuck them if they're selling shitty products.
You can't return musical instruments with human spit all over them or in them. And the girl goes, "Hey, just take another one."
Yeah.
So some other guy doing a clown got my broken slide whistle.
They just put it right back on the shelf.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I like to use some pre-written questions, so I'm gonna like
the Steve Reese question.
I'm gonna seamlessly incorporate that into the show.
Good segue, Brian.
So, speaking of clowns and such,
good one.
Here we go. Were you a class clown in school?
A little bit to my friends. There was a couple guys who were class clowns, and like today they work at car washes.
Oh.
I guess I was kind of. But I used to make fun of the class clowns. So, like there's like different levels.
Right.
But I was always involved in some kind of humor. I was always drawing cartoons for my high school paper, or pulling pranks in school, stuff like that.
Yeah. Did you ever do the famous acid on the doorknob trick?
No, acid, not what.
You ever heard of that one?
No. You dump acid on the door and someone grabs it and burns their hand?
No, not that kind of acid.
We're talking
the good kind.
We're talking 90 tabs of LSD on a doorknob.
No.
Okay.
No, but I went to Archbishop Ryan High School. Yeah. It's a Catholic boys' school up in northeast Philadelphia. And then inside the school is a courtyard. And one time when I was in school, my friend found a turkey not a wild turkey, like a turkey that got off a farm, which I don't know how it could happen because I live in a residential area. There's no farms around.
Yeah.
And we put the turkey in the courtyard, and they kept it there for about a year. And it was real cute. Like, it was neat. You see it walk around, they would feed it. And it lived in the courtyard. It's in the center of school.
Wow.
And one time during lunch, my friends and I found a stray dog.
Oh, shit.
And we let it out into the courtyard. And the dog looked like Benji, a little cute little yellow dog.
Yeah.
And it was real cute. And it went in the courtyard and made a beeline right for the turkey. And the turkey started freaking out, screaming. And it jumped through a classroom window and died on the floor.
Oh, my God.
Dude,
I swear to God, it broke the glass and landed on the floor.
Wow. That's a good prank.
Now, if that happened today, everybody would have it recorded on their phones and everything.
I was at our high school, too, we were taught by Franciscan priests in the brown robes with the rope belts, like Friar Tuck-like priests. And I think my high school was the first high school in the city that got charged for the priest touching the kids.
Oh, really?
But one time in our high school, we had a priest named Father Ed, and people were throwing stink bombs in the classroom. And Father Ed goes, "Who's doing it? It stinks in here. You guys are making me sick." And he walked over to the window to open it, and these are like high school windows that open and they fold outside the school.
Right.
He opened the window outside, and at that moment, someone threw up out of the third floor.
Oh, my God.
And hit the window, hit his arms. And he started cursing. It was so cool to see a priest curse.
Yeah.
And then he walked out of the room, and he didn't come back for the rest of the period.
Wow. Well, I guess God wasn't on his side that day. I wish I had a slide whistle.
If I had nickel for every time I said that.
If, sometimes we ask serious questions on this show.
Sure.
If you could kill one person, who would it be?
Who do I hate? I'm answers all the time. Who don't I like? Who do I hate?
Wow, you like everybody, I guess?
Probably. Some people I don't like, but I don't want to kill them.
Yeah.
I don't like Bill Maher.
Bill Maher, okay.
Yeah, he's kind of pretentious.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I have no freak out. I want to kill the guy on Pawn Storage Wars who does the auctioneer's voice. Wow.
I don't know the show, but he sounds like somebody who deserves to die.
Oh yeah, he's like a guy called Square Dance. It's just annoying. He talks real fast. What do you mean? And people think he's great, and I think he's a dickhead.
Yeah. Well, I hope he's in the process of dying right now.
Where's your favorite club you performed at?
The favorite club I performed at is what do I like? I like Helium, but there's a theater in Center City called the Shubin Theater. That's always a fun room. It's a small theater. It's really cool. Instead of doing a comedy club, we have a battle waitresses or a bachelorette party. But people talking out loud right in the middle of your set.
Wow.
It's a little theater where everybody's singing chairs, like looking at you.
Yeah.
Cool.
That sounds.
That's where you want to be in comedy. Is doing a theater, like a bigger theater than that. And like they're there to see you. Like a lot of comedy clubs, you're just there to sell drinks.
Right.
It's how they make money. Like you're like a cover band. They come out to see.
Yeah.
If you can do a theater, they're coming here to see you. And that's why I like the Shubin. It's a nice, intimate little theater. It's a good time there.
How often do you perform there?
I'll be there this Wednesday. I'm doing a show at 7:30 coming up next week. They're giving me my own John Kensil show.
Really?
And it should be fun. It's I want to be like a Dean Martin type host where I come out.
Do you have your martini?
Straight man with some comments. But like I said, I like character comedians.
Yeah.
So I'm going to host it, and then Eric Todd's going to be on the show as Mike Reno from Loverboy. Andy Nolan is going to be there as a escaped convict. The legendary Wid's going to be there as Dracula, and it's all in a show. And it should be fun. I like the comedians to do characters.
Yeah. I didn't realize Eric Todd was a character guy.
He does, yeah. I used to do this same show I'm doing this week years ago at a club in Philadelphia. It was called the 5 Spot. It was a really cool room. During the week they would have burlesque shows there. They had like a red satin curtains and a big gold curtain behind the stage, and really cool. It was like a club from the 1930s, but it was really neat.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I do a show there once a month, and I invite all the comics. I said, you can do whatever you want, but you just got to be a character. And it was always fun.
Yeah, who doesn't want to do a character? I mean, it's like something that it just seems so freeing because you don't have to be at your best necessarily.
And sometimes it's even better if the jokes are bad.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's fun. It's the character.
Yeah.
And it's also fun to see how long you can make it last before. Eventually, the character's going to get tiring. But I'll be there for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then. But did you ever see in Philadelphia? There's a guy that does a fastball pitcher, Bob Gutierrez.
Sorry. There's a guy who does a character called that?
Yeah, he did our show about a month and a half ago. Brian Craig, his name is. I think the funniest thing in Philadelphia, but he plays a former pitcher coach for the Chicago White Sox, but now he's in Philadelphia as a motivational speaker.
Oh, wow.
And it's really freaking funny.
Wow.
Characters are great.
Yeah, he I mean not to put him down. He sounds like he's copying off of me, but that's no big deal.
Have you ever taken any comedy classes?
Yes. I know some people recommend, you don't take those things, and you don't have to.
Right.
But when you first start it, you really fall in love with it. It's really fun, and you want to get above it, and you want to do it right, or just see how to do it. But there is like basic skills, like that's the skills, like that, just like how to format things a little bit. But I think a comedy class will maybe take about 6 months off of going to open mic nights. Like they'll teach you how to. They'll guide you a little bit in the very beginning. It's like it's like taking your driver's test. Like they'll help you out how to do it. But comment in yourself. You know what's funny, who you like, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you make your way. You learn. Like when I first started, I would do jokes about like it depends on who I hung around with. Like I started doing like jokes about my Irish family and blah blah blah. Yeah. But after about a year of that, I'm like I feel like a hacky McHack.
Yeah.
I want to move on and do things that I think are funny and offbeat. And I just started like in my act, I would just mix it up, and now it's my act what I like it. I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
But I took a comedy class up in New York when I first started because I didn't know any better. I thought, hey, if you're taking New York, it's probably the best.
Yeah.
And then when you go up there, that old saying's true. That failed comics. I shouldn't say failed comics.
Right.
But they teach comedy classes, but for some guys, it's just a way of making a buck. Not. I don't know how much they're going to help you. You know what I mean?
I didn't know there were some people who were in it just to make money.
Oh, I'm saying. Yeah, but some teachers are really inspiring, and it's a fun class, and they'll take notes, and they'll take their lessons, they'll write it down. You'll really like it. But some comedy classes, the teacher's just there to just make a buck.
Yeah.
I know some people took classes with different teachers, and it was they said the guy sucked. And during the big audition night, he didn't help anybody out, and he left.
Oh Oh my God, what an ass!
Like their graduation class.
Yeah. Was that the first? Is that the first time you actually perform? Is the graduation class?
No. I used to go to open mic nights, but then I started taking the class. But well, to be honest, yeah, I guess you could say the first time I performed. It's only like a 6-week class. Yeah. It was up in New York at a comedy club, I think it was Caroline. Yeah, it was Caroline. And I was all excited about it, and it went really well. There's a videotape around somewhere of it at my house, but when I watch it again now, it's like I don't say not one word in that act do I do it all today. It's like ugh. Yeah. But it helps you out a little bit in format. But you can get the same stuff from a book too, or just watch. You know how you can learn from comedy? Go to a show during the weekend. Yeah. And you watch, and a lot of times you don't learn. You learn what not to do. Like that guy's hacky. Like stupid. Yeah,
like why don't I like that guy, and what makes me like other comics.
Yeah, and it's you can tell there's a whole school of Philadelphia comedians like you had Todd Glass on. Yeah. He started out about 4 years before me, but I used to see him all the time when I started out. Yeah. And he's years older than me, but there's some about Philadelphia comedians that have a neat style, like Paul F. Tompkins.
Oh, I love him.
Todd Glass. You can see a basis of the style in Philadelphia a little bit, like self-deprecating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Comments. I know it's weird. That sounds like a lot of comedians across the country, but I can tell some guys from Philly make me laugh. But there's a little bit of a style, like working class smart comedians.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite up and coming comedians?
Up and coming, like in Philly here, or all around?
No, all around.
Well, Brian, you made me laugh. I swear, I just laughed when I saw you.
Thank you.
Your act was seemed like it was like stream of conscious, and you had your leg on the stool on stage. Every once in a while, you would bend it over a little bit. Eventually, you said, "I'm not really here to do jokes. I'm just here to do my leg exercise."
That was so funny. I know. I was cracking up.
That was really funny. But that's what I mean. You're self-aware. Like you just acknowledge what's going on and having fun with it. That's funny. I'm trying to think. There's other funny guys like I see at other different clubs too. In Center City, I'm just thinking of how they are now. Mikey Gleason, he's very funny. There's a guy named Paul Easton that's really funny. He's a red-haired guy from the Getty's Lancaster way. He's very funny. He looks like the problem child in the movie Problem Child.
Oh, weird. Okay.
That's a reference I can't readily call up, but I have seen the movie. I like. You know what's neat too? I like watching the comedy shows that said sometimes people can say something that might trigger a funny joke in your mind. Like it's not that you're stealing a joke; they just might say something that triggers something like that. And what I do is I always write things down on like an index card, so I don't forget it. Yeah. Yeah. So when you're, do you like go out of your way to try and memorize stuff, or does it just happen over the course of doing jokes over and over again?
It happens over the course of doing it. Okay. I always have an outline in my pocket. I'll look at before a show, and I know I'm going to talk about, but it's funny. Like before I do a show, a lot of times I'll have a whole set list written out. But I'll hear something before I go up, and I'll bring it up when I go on stage. Right. And do it then. And you ever go to a comedy club and you watch a show and the comic just looks like a dick on stage. He's just like a dick, a smart ass. I hate that. I just feel like laugh at themselves. Yeah. Have fun. Like I've been to shows and I'm like. This guy's funny, but he seems like a dick in real life. Like after a show, you want to come up to somebody and go, "Hey, man, you're really funny." But I know some guys like, "Yeah, you're a creep."
Yeah, I think there's like this weird line you can cross where, like, if you kind of tread the line a little bit, it's okay. Guy like a guy I really like is Anthony Jeselnik. I don't know if you know him.
Yes,
but like he's
kind of like an asshole on stage, but you can tell it's like not really him,
Yeah, I watch his show. His show's just like the Jeffrey Ross show too.
Yeah.
I didn't like Jeffrey Ross's show at all. But I definitely love Anthony Jeselnik's show.
It is funny. He's like a good-looking guy, and it's it's funny about him. He's like a real smart, dry, dark humor guy.
Yeah, I love it. And the fact that he's good-looking definitely works for him too, because it makes him seem that much more of a jerk,
Yeah, I just read somewhere he was dating Amy Schumer. He broke up a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago?
Because they were together before, and then they broke up, and then they got back together.
Yeah, she was on Stern like last week, on Howard Stern show.
Oh, wow. So they're just off and on all over the place.
His show just had the last episode because her show starts next week.
She co-hosted the Live with Regis and Kelly or The View or something yesterday.
Really?
Oh, that doesn't seem like her at all.
That's bizarre.
I know.
That's really bizarre.
I like her, too. I think she's really cute. She's really funny.
Yes.
There aren't that many famous female stand-ups, so...
I'll tell you, that's what's really growing in Philadelphia. In Philly, there's some really funny female comedians.
Yeah.
Carol Busen, Mary Ravinsky. And it's nice, getting spots and, travel around. And they're going to, like, the, female comedy festivals and stuff like that. And they're really making their way. I also think to this Mary Ravinsky, I think you'll see her on a late-night TV show. She's very dry and funny.
Okay.
I mean, dry in her comedy, not
yeah. Yeah, you know what? Like, if I used to think like female, like the whole idea of like calling something a female comedy festival or something was kind of sexist, but I think it's kind of necessary because most people, when they think of a stand-up comic, they still think of a guy.
Yeah.
So they kind of need to seek that out, I think.
No, you're right about that. There's and you always hear comics who said, "Oh, I hate female comedians," but there's just as many guys who suck too. But
yeah, that's true.
Years ago, when I was like 18 years old, I would go to a comedy club and I would see like a local female comedian talk about what those men got their periods. Right? And there was something that wasn't. This is years ago, not now. I don't think this way, but it was like something that wasn't ladylike to talk about things like that when I was starting out. Even society. But like that's why I like smart, comedians.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like women who use their sexuality as part of the comedy just because they're a woman. Who just go up on stage and say vagina 20 times and it's supposed to be funny and shocking, and I hate that.
Yeah, it's it baffles me sometimes because Sarah Silverman makes me laugh sometimes.
Yeah.
Then other times it's really effing crude. It's like
definitely.
I know you're like, hey, tone it down, girl.
I've heard guys do that things like stuff like that too. And I'm like, that's crude, man. Like, and I'm not a Puritan, like I don't want to be sick of that show. I just want to laugh.
Yeah. Does like a guy like Josh Jacobu, does that make you want to like cringe in the corner?
Okay, if Josh listens to this too, right? I watch Josh. He's smart. And sometimes he can throw some things like really like funny lines, funny bits in his jokes, but man, he's obsessed with that.
Yeah.
This isn't a critique or hurting him. I think he's better than the stuff he does. It's every week he does. It's something to piss the audience off. Right?
Yeah.
He delights. But I know he's not a dummy. He's smart. I've actually talked to him. aware of a lot of things, and it's but Josh, he keeps I don't want to make enemies. I'm not any good.
John, what are you trying to say? I don't think you're making it clear.
No, what I like about Josh is that he goes up every week and does a different set than he did last week. I always thought that was great.
Yeah, exactly. He likes it. He knows what he's talking about. But,
yeah.
Like I've been to see him. Like he's like rapid fire. He's like it's the jokes are funny. But he's been doing it for a couple of years. It's he'll learn if he wants to. Start progressing. Be getting a club date here and there. But,
yeah.
And I'm not saying he has to change to be clean, but it's just you know the stuff he says. I'm screaming in the back, laughing, but I don't know.
I think what you said is very true.
Yeah, a bunch of guys. John Rice.
Yeah.
That guy. The open mic night. He has some funny things.
Yeah.
Everybody does. Eventually, if you keep coming in, you do get better. And everybody goes at different paces. There's no. Some guys move along real quick. They start getting shows at the clubs and then move around. But there's no rules. You just keep doing it, you get better, and getting shows in different clubs.
Yeah, I mean, some people progress at a decent rate, and some people would probably take a few lifetimes to be funny.
Yeah, like when I first started, there was a heavyset comedian named Alan Marks, and he was real big, and he looked like the creature from the Disney film Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, okay.
Big head of hair, and he was heavy set, and that's what he looked like.
Yeah.
But when he first started, he climbed the ladder right away. Like he started getting club dates, getting booked down Atlantic City, and doing shows across the country. I'm like, man, this guy started after me. But I wasn't mad or anything. But I'm like, but he's physically. If you're a heavyset comedian, you can start getting work right away because every heavyset comic there's jokes about the weight.
I know. Well, I know this guy named Joe something, and he's always talking about how he's not fat, he's fluffy, and I think he's going to be really famous soon.
Isn't that Gabriel Iglesias' thing? I'm not fat, I'm fluffy.
I have a theory.
Oh, that was the joke. Sorry. Yeah, we didn't get that.
Every fat comic I know does a bit about something getting stuck in their ass.
You know what? That's one thing I respected about Patrice O'Neal. He didn't milk the fat part of it too much.
No, but I've seen him. I did a show with him years ago up in Jersey, in North Jersey. I forget where, but I saw him at Helium.
Yeah.
Like one of the last 2 times he was there, and he's a big guy. He was big, but Brian, he would in his act, for no reason at all, he would pick on a couple in the audience.
Yeah.
Usually a white couple, and it was relentless him picking on. He just could go on and on and on and on, and he would until he left the room.
Oh my God!
I saw him do it 3 times.
Oh, that's awesome.
People asked for the money back.
Huh.
I thought, man, that's funny, man, to do that.
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen him live, though. I mean.
Yeah, me too.
He was great on Opie and Anthony.
Yes. That's how I really got to know him. O&A and Tough Crowd.
Yeah, he was great on Tough Crowd. He was there almost every week.
Brian, may I ask you something?
Yeah.
Eric Todd's calling through. I have to split. I have to pick him up at 8 o'clock. I have to leave at 8 o'clock.
No problem.
So I might have to cut the interview a second short.
Yeah, that's all right. We were, it's about an hour, so no problem.
Yeah, thank you so much for talking to us.
Oh, thanks, guys. No problem. Y'all talk to you anytime you want. Just give me a call.
Anything you wanted to plug or mention or anything?
This weekend I'll be at the Comedy Works in Bristol, Pennsylvania on Friday and Saturday night.
Okay.
And this Wednesday coming up, Wednesday, May 1st, I'll be at the Shubin Theater.
All right.
With the John Kensil Show.
All right, very cool.
Thank you guys are the best. It was a great interview. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for talking. See ya.
Bye.
All right, that was John Kensil. Very funny guy. He's on the Eric Todd. I keep wanting to say the Eric Todd Show because I want him to call it that. But he's on the Eric Todd Cast.
Well, it wouldn't be as funny.
You can find it on laughcast.com.
Yeah, we plugged it last week when we talked to Eric Todd, so if anybody listens down or is listening now, whatever. Okay, so, yeah, that was a lot of fun. And John Kensil likes the monkeys, so yay.
He's very interesting with it. I mean, first of all, he's funny. I don't want to say he's interesting because then everybody would be like, oh, he didn't say funny, he said interesting. When you say interesting,
yes, people are analyzing this.
No, but seriously, when you say, well, that was very interesting, every comic is like, yeah, but I'm going for funny. Even George Carlin is like, I'd rather hear that I'm funny than that I'm like insightful or smart or interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why I prefaced that whole thing. Funny guy, fun. He's got a room full of trinkets and stuff.
So cool. I totally want tons of costumes and everything. Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
No, I can't really think of anything. So, go and see Brian at Jersey's on Saturday. It's in Glenside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, love you guys. Bye.
And just for fun, leave before Pat Kelly goes up.
Yeah, bye.